behind me is a 2002 BMW E46 M3 in Alpine White with a 6-speed manual transmission. This car is in good condition. I would rate the exterior as a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. There's some light scuffing around the rear bumper as well as the door panels. Interior I would say is 8 out of 10. There's some wear on the driver's side, door panel, the center console, and a bit of wear on the top of the steering wheel. Typical of a car that is 14 years old. Mechanically, this car is excellent. I would say 9 out of 10. It pulls extremely well. All the fluids and maintenance has been meticulously taken care of on this vehicle. The list is so extensive, actually, I'm going to just read off the parts that have been updated on this car. For the most part, this car is stock, with the exception of a Carbino cold air intake, as well as a custom axle back exhaust, which doesn't affect the cat or the headers or the section 1, section 2. So smog and e-test have no problems passing. Starting with brakes, cross-drilled and slotted rotors all around with ceramic pads, so front and rear. Steel braided brake lines upgraded all around from standard rubber. Oil change was completed last week with BMW 10W60 oil. Rear springs, typical of a lot of E46s, the rear springs tend to break, usually about an inch up the spring. This one on the driver's side, the rear spring was broken, so we replaced both the passenger and the driver's side with BMW OEM. This car's never been on coilovers, it's never been lowered or anything like that. It is pretty much OEM in that regard. Bushings, R-tab bushings, so rear trailing arm bushings were just replaced, both sides. Lower camber arm bushings, as well as the through bolt, so the eccentric bolt, both replaced again with OEM. And after that, yesterday actually, an alignment was just done on the car, so 4-wheel alignment. Feels great, feels like it's riding on rails. Exhaust. This car does have a custom axle back exhaust, as previously mentioned. It just passed e-test. So in Ontario, Canada, we have a law every 2 years our cars have to get e-tested. If you're buying in the province of Ontario, this car does come safetied as well as e-tested, and it actually just passed e-test yesterday with the custom exhaust on it. So like I said, cats are intact, all section 1, section 2 are intact, but the axle back, it just gives it that performance feel, and it just makes it that much more fun to drive. The spacers, it is running spacers, 12 mil in the front and a 15 mil in the rear. The spacers are forged aluminum, made in America. They're great spacers, as well as the extended lug bolts, which also are currently installed on the car. Caliper, the driver's side caliper, just replaced with OEM BMW, brand new caliper, but paint match to match the rest of the calipers. So the calipers currently are painted like a flat, almost like a gloss black, I guess. So that caliper was painted to match. Emblems have been upgraded from your standard blue and white BMW emblem to the carbon and white emblem, which kind of fits the look of the Alpine White, I think, really well. Rims and tires, 18-inch rims running Bridgestone Potenza RE760s all around, 255/30/18 on the back, 225/35/18 on the front. A new clutch was put in within about 2,000 miles. So the previous owner before me installed a brand new clutch, and do have paperwork and documentation for that, as well as they installed the Carbino air filter. So you'll see, you can scroll down to see pictures of that install. And again, if you're purchasing in the province of Ontario, it does come safetied and e-tested. If you're purchasing this car out of state or out of province, out of country, but do have experience exporting and importing vehicles, this car will no doubt pass your safety inspection. What I'll do is, if you are purchasing out of country, I will include the safety report as well as the e-test. You can pass that off to your mechanic at your local shop, and everything will be verifiable there. If you do want a pre-purchase inspection, no problem at all. I can refer you to a couple of mechanics in my area. If not, you're welcome to call your own and have the mechanic throw it up on the lift and take a look. That being said, that about covers all of the maintenance and parts that were recently upgraded. I'll take you for a quick walk around the vehicle, we'll take it for a drive, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, we'll do a quick walk around. You can see the rotors, all brand new, barely broken in. There's a little bit of bumper damage right in this area here. You can see some lines and a little bit of like paint cracking. It's not the plastic cracked, it's just the clear coat. Like I said, in here, interior is quite good. Really the only damaged area here is just on the, well, not damaged, but just worn. Interior though is in great condition. Seats have no ripping, no tears, all the leather looks and feels very good. It's not dried out or cracking. Here's where the damage is on the steering wheel. Excuse the camera equipment in the back. Alright, let's take it for a ride. We'll just quickly run it through the gears here, just a little loop around. A little bit of traction engaged. That's awesome. Pulls very, very strong. Crazy to think that a car that retailed for about 60 to 70,000 with this amount of performance and driver enjoyment can be had for well under $20,000. In my opinion, the E46 M3 is by far one of the best values on the used car market right now, especially in this spec option with the Alpine White and the 6-speed manual transmission coupe. Very hard to find. I think right now there's maybe 3 or 4 in all of North America that are listed on Auto Trader at the moment. Just one more pull here.